US-China rare earth truce sparks market jitters, American miners plunge as tariffs and export curbs pause. In a significant development for global trade, shares of US-listed rare earth miners tumbled sharply on Monday following a tentative US-China trade truce that aims to pause upcoming tariffs and Chinese exports restriction on critical minerals. The move, part of a newly established trade framework, has temporarily eased fears of supply disruptions that had driven investor optimism in the American mining sector throughout the year. The agreement marks a strategic pause in one of the most vital fronts of the ongoing US China trade rivalry, particularly as both nations vie for dominance in the rare earth markets essential for electric vehicles, defense technologies, and advanced manufacturing. With the perceived supply risk subsiding, investors quickly pulled back from US mining stocks that had surged amid the trade standoff. Shares of critical metals dropped 17.6%, Ramaco Resources fell 6.8%, and NioCorp Developments declined 15.2%. Similarly, MP Materials, Trilogy Metals, and USA Rare Earth plunged between 8.3% and 18%. China currently possesses over 90% of the world's rare earths and magnets, maintaining a commanding lead through its expanding export curbs and strict oversight of foreign producers. The United States, on the other hand, operates only a single rare earth mine, leaving it heavily reliant on Chinese supply chains despite ongoing efforts to build domestic infrastructure. Washington has inked several equity and supply chain agreement firms such as MP Materials, Critical Metals, Lithium Americans, and USA Rare Earth to bolster its self-reliance. However, analysts warn it could take years before the US achieves refining and processing capability comparable to Beijing's. Earlier this year, shares of MP Material had quadrupled and USA Rare Earth's valuation doubled, reflection investor faith in Washington's push to reduce dependence on China. But that optimism flattered after the announcement of the truce. The preliminary agreement is expected to be formally reviewed by former US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping during the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit in Gyeongju, South Korea later this week.